Kurt Fincham rejoining you from Ankeny, Iowa. We are ready to bring you the last game of the weekend here at Faith. The men from Manhattan and our Faith men getting ready to face off here in a couple of minutes. This game is a rematch of a Thursday night makeup game, and that one was won easily by Manhattan, 92-66. Manhattan is ranked, I think, 4th or 5th in National Christian College Athletic Association standings. Barclay, though, was ranked 2nd. Faith beat them last night. It wasn't even close at any time, really, the Manhattan Faith game on Thursday night. So we'll see if Faith can do better. They didn't shoot the ball very well. They did shoot it very well last night as they beat Barclay 97-82. Faith stands at 7-7. That's their record for the season. They won 4 of their last 6. And they did win, and then that, including that big win last night. So we will see what happens today, and we'll have a word of prayer, and then the national anthem, and then the introduction of the starting lineups, as is always the case before the game begins here. I'll be quiet and let our PA guy talk. Starting lineups introduced, same starters as the past 2 games here this week at Faith. Jason Conable, Jace Gergen, Christian Brown, Caleb Sidlinger, and Noah Boyer. On the other side, same 5 that started on Thursday night as these 2 teams met. Nate Aubrey, Garrett Harmison, Jordan White, Isaiah Collier, and Jeff Butler, the starters for the Manhattan Christian Thunder from Manhattan, Kansas. Players exchanging fist bumps as they get ready to go. And we'll see if Faith can do better than the 26-point margin that separated these teams at the end of the game on Thursday. Opening tap controlled by Sidlinger. And Manhattan comes out in a man-to-man. Sidlinger gets a high pick from Christian Brown, rolls, but Sidlinger did not hit him on the roll. Gergen gets a high pick from Boyer. Noah, injured last night, was bleeding quite a bit. Sidlinger drives, shoots, and misses with 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock, and Manhattan out of there with the rebound. Aubrey and now to White. Jordan White, defended by Gergen, as Faith also is playing a man-to-man. Pick and roll there. Harmison misses. Christian Brown was harassing him a bit and grabs the rebound after the miss. Gergen all the way down, can't get it to go. Harmison had a high outstretched arm, and the ball knocked away by Conable, and a foul called. Conable looks like he just stepped to the side, knocked the ball away and stole it. The referee saw it differently, and that's the first foul on Conable. He's guarding Aubrey. Aubrey tries to loft it to Collier. He does, and then a foul on Boyer. So 2 quick fouls on the Eagles. And we've played just over a minute, minute 3. Already 2 fouls on the Eagles. This is Collier driving against Boyer. Butler drives. He's cut off. Collier with 10 to shoot. Gets it underneath. Sidlinger harasses Butler, and Noah Boyer comes out of there with it. Quickly ahead, here's Conable driving and scoring. Jason Conable, being aggressive, took on a couple of guys down low and laid it in with the right hand from the left side. White to Butler. And now the handoff to Aubrey. Drives in. Sidlinger steps up and tries to block the shot, but it's good anyway. And it's 2-2. 3 on the way, no good by Gergen, and Conable grabbed the ball, but he was on the end line when he did so. $17:57 to go in the first half, just underway. It's a 2-2 tie. White gets by Gergen. Boyer comes up to help as they run a weave out front. Faith switching the screens. Ball stolen away, or almost stolen, tipped away. Christian Brown couldn't handle it, but it went out of bounds off Manhattan, and Faith will get it back. Manhattan, some full court man-to-man pressure, no trapping his own defense. Jared Pearson, by the way, has checked in for Sidlinger. Gergen all the way to the basket, scoops and misses. Christian Brown tips it, but White comes out of there with it. Bounce pass to Aubrey, loses it out of bounds. And a little bump there, nothing called. Now Sidlinger back in for Jared Pearson, so a quick chat by Brian Fincham with Sidlinger, and he's right back in there. Aubrey guarding Gergen very closely. Gergen gets by him and gets into the offense. Sidlinger pick and roll, and his pass too high for Christian Brown. It actually skipped off the side of the backboard. That turnover gives the ball back to Manhattan. Working against this man-to-man, White posting Gergen up down low. Aubrey gets loose, scores, and he's fouled, and that another somewhat touchy foul, I would say. That one is on Conable, and he has 2. And we've played just over 3 minutes. Aubrey with all 4 of Manhattan's points, and still 4. He misses the free throw. The ball's tipped to him. He drives and shoots it in. So Nate Aubrey, who had just 10 the other night in this meeting on Thursday, and Aubrey's called for the foul. Now Aubrey says no, he was hooking me. The referee does not agree. Jared Pearson in, Jason Conable, and those 2 fouls will sit on the bench. Noah Boyer, that left hand wrapped heavily. He got 2 or 3 stitches between the fingers. That was his injury the other night. Brown down the lane and banks it in. Christian Brown, his first basket. He's been playing well of late. 12 points the other night against Manhattan, 13 last night against Barclay, and that shot misses everything by Nate Aubrey. He has all 6 of Manhattan's points and maybe thinking, well, why not just keep it rolling? But that one did not even catch iron, and Faith comes back with a chance to tie. Pearson still on the dribble, now to Sidlinger. The kick to Boyer. He pulls up for a jumper, won't go. Rebound into the hands of Harmison, and now White. Pass ahead, and the kick to Collier. Now White stops and pops. It's good. First person not named Nate Aubrey to score for Manhattan. They lead 8-4. A couple guys getting ready to check in for Manhattan. A couple of players that played a lot the other night. Gergen thinks about a 3, gets a high pick from Pearson, then bounces toward him, but past him and out of bounds. So here comes Ferdinand Handy Jr. He came off the bench and scored 11 the other night in that Thursday meeting that we've been talking about. Taymont Lindsay, number 13, had 13 off the bench on Thursday as well. So a couple of subs, and there's really not much drop-off when they bring in their first 3 or 4 guys. The move down low, and the basket by Garrett Harmison makes it 10-4. The Faith having trouble stopping Manhattan and has scored only 4 points, and there's an illegal screen by Jared Pearson. Sometimes I don't see those things happen because they happen away from the ball. That one didn't, and looks like Jared definitely stuck out a hip as he was trying to set that pick. Timeout call by Coach Brian Fincham. Not super pleased with what he is seeing so far as Manhattan leads by 6. Manhattan has a 6-point lead. They also have the ball. Lindsay, Taymont Lindsay on the left-handed dribble working against Boyer. Now White on Gergen. Lindsay on the drive, little floater in the lane goes in. Gergen breaks the pressure by getting enough to Boyer. Fadeaway pass. Pearson for 3, no good. Rebound. Lindsay has to go off his fingers, but he's able to control it. Christian Brown almost tipping that pass. Maybe did tip it a little bit, but Manhattan keeps it. This is Ferdinand Handy. A 3 is on the way and good. So Manhattan picking up right where they left off. Now they steal the ball on the other end. Layup good by Lindsay. I was looking down to write something on my score sheet, didn't see what happened. I just looked up and saw that Manhattan had the ball. Shot missing. Follow shot, in and out, no good. Both of those by Sidlinger. Tough shooting luck there. That's got to be, well, I was going to say traveling. It is a foul instead. A little bit out of control there by Ferdinand Handy. First foul on Ferd. Timeout called. Full timeout. We'll take a break as well. 13:33 to go. It is already 17-4. Well, Manhattan is well aware of what happened last night. Faith knocking off the number 2 team in the country. And they are ranked lower. It's like they're saying, nope, not this time. They come out very aggressively, shooting the ball well, and they have a 13-point lead already. We are at 13:26 to go in the first half. Sidlinger way out high, gets it to Pearson. Backcourt door cut by Gergen, who gets it in the air just so he's in the act of shooting. Not much hope that one would go in, but he will get 2 free throws after the foul on Isaac Hagans, who's checked in. So number 5 fouls Faith's 5, and Gergen shoots in the free throw, his first point. Faith stuck on 4 for a while. Carson Odell in, Christian Brown out of the Faith lineup. Alex Owens also checked in at the timeout. Gergen 2 of 2 from the line as he hits the second and makes it 17-6. Faith now has gone zone. Shooting over that zone for 3, no good, is Taymont Lindsay. That one spun out of there. Gergen all the way to the basket, lays it in. They kind of backed away so they wouldn't foul. And Faith out of the timeout has scored a couple of buckets and made it a 9-point game. That looping pass is tipped away by Odell, and Carson is signaling that it's their ball, and he's right, because after he tipped it, it hit the hand of a Manhattan player. So good hustle there. That was kind of a long looping pass, and Carson saw that coming, jumped out, got a hand on it, and knocked it against the hand of a Manhattan player. Sidlinger down low, has the ball knocked away, but a foul called on Butler. Jeff Butler at 6'1", guarding the 6'7" Sidlinger. And now Collier, who's a little taller, he's 6'3", comes over. They loop it into Sidlinger, passes it to Pearson, who would have had a layup, but he fumbled it. Now Sidlinger for 3, no good. Rebound by Handy. Collier with it. And he stepped on the sideline. Out of bounds, 17-8. Our score, timeout called. Again, a lot of timeouts here in the early going. It comes with 12:11 to go, 17-8, Faith trailing. Pearson, Gergen, Odell, Owens, and Conable in there. Jason Conable checked in at the timeout for Caleb Sidlinger. And Faith brings it down. They were behind 17-4, so they've cut into that lead a little bit. And they work against this man-to-man. Pearson can't get it to go. Kind of a tough shot, but makeable. Not able to make it. And ball thrown out of bounds by Lindsay. Good pressure there by Alex Owens, who kind of jumped in there and I think surprised Taymont Lindsay a little bit. And he threw it out of bounds. So Faith with another chance to cut this 9-point lead down. Owens thinks about a three, gets it down to Pearson. Kind of a dangerous pass, but it made it to its destination. Now Odell to Owens. 11 to shoot as Gergen on the dribble backs out, gets a pick from Pearson. 5 to shoot. Conable for three, no good, but the ball goes out of bounds off the leg of Ferdinand Handy. He went high for the rebound, got his hands on it, then it dropped down and he bumped it out of bounds with his knee, and so Faith will keep it. Another opportunity to cut this lead down, and a foul inside. Isaac Hagens is pushing Jared Pearson. Oh, here we go again. I keep saying it. It's been 17-8 for a while. Faith, opportunity to cut the lead to 7 or 6 with a three. Wide open for a three is Gergen. It won't go. Rebound tipped around, and that's going to be foul on Faith. It's either on Alex Owens or Jason Conable. Jason already has 2 fouls. So if you're a Faith fan, you would be hopeful it's not on him, but it is. So the third foul on Conable. We haven't even played half of the first half. Or if you're good at math, you know that's not even a full quarter of the game. White with the ball. Long cross-court pass for three. That one missing by Butler. The rebound, though. Kick it out, but a Butler again. Three again. This time it's good. So Jeff Butler, unfazed by the fact that he had just missed a three, took another one. And that confidence resulted in a three-point basket and makes it 20-8. So Faith, with their chances when it was 17-8, multiple chances, now find themselves down by 12, reaching foul. That is, I believe, on Jeff Butler. He fouled Gergen. No free throws, though. Ball out on the side in front of the Manhattan bench. Christian Brown back in. Conable, with those 3 fouls, goes out. Probably won't be back this half. That would be my guess. Gergen looking, gets it to Owens. Alex, good addition in the second semester, is on the team now. Odell for three, no good as the shot clock was expiring. Handy aggressively jerks that rebound away. The drive and the shot missing. Pearson and Brown were there to defend Butler. And Faith again calls timeout. Full timeout, 9:39 to go. Faith stuck on 8. Manhattan has 20. Faith with the ball on the side after the timeout. Let's see what they've figured out, maybe offensively, to do a little differently. Odell double teamed, gets it to Pearson, then he has it slapped away and stolen. Aubrey ahead for Butler. Pass across the lane to White. Pearson keeps him from even trying to shoot. Now Butler for three, no good. Pearson high for the rebound. And throws it away. So Faith really out of sync, and they don't look like the same team that knocked off Barclay last night, although Manhattan has something to say about that as well. I don't think Manhattan and Barclay have played yet this year. That would be a good matchup. Collier into the lane, kicks to White for three, no good. Rebound though, Butler, as he came in and no one else for Faith was in the area. The ball bounced right to him. White thinks about three, drives instead, and knocks Odell down. And an offensive foul, no basket. Odell was standing there. White went into the air, landed right on him. I'm not sure what he's complaining about. That looked fairly clear. So no basket there. It's still 20-8. Sometimes those calls it's really hard to tell, and it's probably the toughest call that an official in basketball has is the charging foul. Is it a charge? Is it a block? And there's some things that they evaluate to make that call, but you don't have time to sit there and go through 17 steps to determine it. Jace Gergen drives and scores. Faith finally gets off 8. So that play is often one that, back to the charging play, is often one that players disagree with the official on. Shot there missing. Odell with the rebound. That was White who lofted that one. Here comes Gergen. Let's see if Faith has a little run in them. Nice pass initially, and Boyer finally lays it in. I was going to say nice pass by Sidlinger, and it looked for a moment like Boyer was not going to be able to get a shot off, but he did. Long shot on the way, no good. Sidlinger tries to get it. Gergen tries to get it, but White does. That was Butler who missed it. Butler has another one, and this time he shoots it in, so he is not bashful at all. Unfazed by a miss a few seconds before. That's twice that he's done that, where he missed a three. He got another chance within a few seconds and hit it. 23-12. Sidlinger. And Boyer was wide open underneath, but Gergen gets the pass instead and hits a three. 23-15. Faith to within 8. There's Butler again. That looks good and is. I was lined up pretty much straight behind that one, and Butler is hurting Faith right now. 3 3-point baskets. He's on a roll, and it's an 11-point lead. So Faith trailed by 14, got back within 8. Now it's 11. Sidlinger on the drive, double team. A kick to Odell. Thinks about a three. Owens will take a three from the corner. No good. Rebound by Garrett Harmison. And now to Collier, to Aubrey. There's Butler again. Good again. That's one of those times when you say to your team, perhaps, or at least I would, has anybody noticed that guy? Probably shouldn't leave him open if at all possible. Timeout called. 6:21 to go, 29-15. Well, it's back to a 14-point lead for Manhattan. Faith cut it down to 8. Made a little run, but thanks to Jeff Butler, Faith can't do more than get within 8. There's a 3 on the way and good by Alex Owens. That helps. And it's an 11-point game. White trying to get the ball to Butler. He does. Faith in a zone. There's Butler. Odell finds him. Now White drives. The runner won't go. A foul called. Well, I didn't notice that. It looked like White was all by himself when he let that go. The referee saw Noah Boyer do something, and that's his second foul. 2 shots here for White. Thankfully, Jeff Butler goes to the sidelines. He of 4 3-pointers. White has another free throw here. It is good. A field goal and 2 free throws gives Jordan White 4 points. The lead is 13, 31-18, 5:43 to go. Odell into Sidlinger. His little runner in the lane rolls in. Caleb Sidlinger learning to play inside more this year. That's his first basket of this game. Faith sticking with that 2-3 zone, trying to extend it to keep them from shooting over it. And they get inside it instead, and that's what happens when you try to extend your zone, is you give up something inside, and Harmison lays it in for his 3rd and 4th point of the contest. Sidlinger to Odell. Carson gets it back to Sidlinger. Double team, shoots anyway. It doesn't go in. Not a bad shot, just hit back iron and bounced off into the hands of Manhattan. Traveling called on Taymont Lindsay. So you take away the long-range shooting of Jeff Butler, and this would be a 1-point game. That doesn't mean somebody else wouldn't have scored on those trips down the floor, but his points are about the size of the Manhattan lead. Faith only 20 here in the first half. Last night they scored in the 90s. Owens drives, stops, pops, won't go. Tried to avoid contact with White and did so, but couldn't get the shot to go. There's Aubrey, who steps inside and shoots it in, and he's fouled. Nate Aubrey, who had the first 6 points for Manhattan, hadn't scored since. He has now. He has 8. And an opportunity to make this a 3-point play and a 16-point lead. And he does that, collecting his 9th point, 36-20. And I said Faith not scoring near as many as they did last night. They scored 97. However, they did score 60 points in the second half. I'm not predicting that will happen tonight, but 60 plus 20 would give them 80, which would be a pretty good output. But you'd want like a few more in this half, 4 to shoot, and Sidlinger misses everything. Shot clock expires. Boyer tries to tip it back in. Wouldn't have mattered because they didn't have time to shoot anyway. So that shot clock violation gives the ball back to Manhattan with 3:50 to play. They lead by 16 and looking for more. Taymont Lindsay brings it down for the Thunder. Christian Brown getting ready to check back in for Faith. Collier drops it off to Handy, who shoots a 3, and it's good. Ferdinand Handy, his second 3. He and Butler, between them, have 6. That's all of the 3-pointers by Manhattan. Gergen is knocked to the ground by Lindsay. And it'll be a 1-on-1 opportunity here for Jace. 8th team foul on the Thunder. First team foul, or first personal foul on Lindsay. Gergen's front end of the 1-and-1 rattles in. He's into double figures with 10, averaging 17.6 on the year. Second one swishes through the net. And it's a 17-point game. If you're a Faith fan, you want to see Faith cut into this lead. You can't expect them to get the game tied or anything, but if they were maybe around 10 at halftime, that would be great. But that gets harder as Handy breaks loose down low and lays it in. The lead's 19. So even to hope for a 10-point deficit at half is probably wishful thinking. As this game goes like it has been. Gergen, long three, off the heel. Brown, though, with the rebound. Gergen bounces it to Pearson, who lays it in. Nice job by Gergen of finding Jared Pearson, and Pearson with the finish in his first basket. And Jared Pearson, a big factor in the game last night, gets the rebound there after the miss by Isaac Higgins. But he scored only 4 on Thursday night. Sidlinger drives and shoots it in. 4 for Caleb. Last night I don't have that box score, that's a travel, on Lindsay. Taymont Lindsay took an extra step. But my memory says Pearson had about 14 last night. And he had only 4 on Thursday against Manhattan. So it would be helpful if he picks up the pace, but he only has 2 here in the first half. 2 minutes left. The lead is down to 15. It was 19. Ball tipped away from behind by Handy, and he's called for the foul, and Jared Pearson will go to the line. 1-and-1 for Pearson. That's 9 team fouls on Manhattan. Pearson misses the free throw. Manhattan with the rebound. Spinning shot missing by Handy, and there again, it looks like he avoided contact. Went around the defender. Didn't see much happen there, but they called a foul anyway. That's on Sidlinger, his first. And they want to switch people on the lane. And they allowed them to do that even though they'd given the ball to the free thrower. And he sinks the free throw. 9 off the bench for Ferdinand Handy Jr. And now 10. The 6'2" sophomore makes it a 17-point game again. $1:45 left in the first half. Gergen to Sidlinger. They set the offense in motion. Pearson sets a pick for Sid. Now Odell caroms off Brown's fingers right to Sidlinger. 3 to shoot. Caleb gets it up there on the rim, misses, but then he follows his own shot up and in. So good anticipation by Sidlinger of that miss, and he hustled after the rebound and got the follow shot to go. Here's Handy for 3, looked off, and it was far enough that it bounced clear up on the basket support. So Faith will get it back, trailing by 15 with 1:08. A 3 on this trip, and then a stop. Could make it a 12-point game at halftime. My wish was for 10, and that's a carry by Jace as he got the ball kind of caught on his forearm. as he was driving. So that dashes the hope of a 3 that trip down the floor. And it's still a 15-point game. Pass into Taymont Lindsay. Minute to go in the first half. That pass is deflected by Odell. Pearson comes up with it. Now Gergen spins away. Gets it to Sidlinger. Manhattan, very aggressive, double teaming. Sidlinger for 3 is good. So I got my wish. That 3 makes it a 12-point game. Still 35 seconds, though, in the half. 5-point difference between game and shot clock. So a miss here near the end of the shot clock and a Faith basket on the other end, and I could have my wish of a 10-point game at half. We'll see what happens. Of course, a 3 by Manhattan would extend the lead to 15. Faith very aggressive down the lane. Shot blocked by Brown, and it'll be 2 shots on the line for Taymont Lindsay after the foul on Christian Brown. So I'm still trying to figure out a way for this 10-point halftime lead. That means Taymont can only hit 1 of 2, and that's a possibility. And then Faith hits a 3 on the other end. We got a 10-point game. Or he misses this one and they get a 2. So there are several paths to that. Shot good by Lindsay. Now we need a 3. Okay, Gergen, hit a 3 for me. Nope, not going to happen. Halftime is here, and it's a 13-point game. It's better than it was. It was 18 for a while. 44-31 our halftime score. And we will take a break and tell you about what happened statistically in the first half. We'll do that before we start half number 2. Kurt Fincham rejoining you. We are at halftime of the Faith Manhattan men's game. Manhattan with a 13-point lead at halftime, and they were led in scoring in the first half by Jeff Butler, who had those 4 3-point baskets in fairly quick succession in the first half, so he has 12. Ferdinand Handy off the bench with 10, 9 for Nate Aubry, 5 for Taymont Lindsay, also off the bench. In addition to that, Jordan White, Garrett Harmison, both starters, 4 apiece for Manhattan's total of 44. On the Faith side of things, Jace Gergen, the only man in double figures. He has 11 at halftime, 9 for Sidlinger, and Caleb didn't score until well into the first half. He had 9 all towards the end of the half. 3 points for Alex Owens on a 3-point basket, 2 for Jason Conable, 2 for Christian Brown, 2 for Jared Pearson, 2 for Noah Boyer. So 1, 2, 3, I guess you would say 4 of the top 6 players with only 2 points at halftime. We did mention that Faith scored 60 in the second half last night. They would probably have a chance if they did that here. That would give them 91. That might not be enough to win this game, depending on how well they defend. Faith warmed up as the half went on, but still ended up shooting only 40% from the floor, 3 of 11 from three-point land, almost 60% for Manhattan in the first half, and 43% from 3, 6 of 14 there. Manhattan has actually turned the ball over more than Faith, 10-8. The totals there, and Manhattan has out-rebounded Faith 15-10. Those are the stats and the scoring, and we're underway here in the second half as Manhattan gets the first possession. Looks like same starters for both. There's Aubry, and he gets it over to Butler and now to White as they move the ball well, but White can't convert, and the rebound into the hands of Noah Boyer. Not the same starters for Faith. Pearson is in there instead of Christian Brown starting the second half. Otherwise, the other 4 guys are the same. Remember, Conable has 3 fouls. Sidlinger banks it in down low, and really, I would guess that Faith will try to do more of that because not a lot of height. Armisen is 6'3". There's Butler. That one rims out. Faith back the other way. Chance to cut further into this 11-point lead. Gergen looking for Sidlinger, decided against it. Pretty congested in there. They're double teaming him now. He pops out and gets the ball beyond the arc. 11 to shoot as it goes into Pearson. Pearson to Boyer. Thinks about a 3, gets instead to Gergen. 4 to shoot. Gets it in the air, but it doesn't hit the rim. And that shot clock violation gives the ball back to Manhattan. So Faith could have got it under 10 with that trip down the floor. As it is, it's 11, and we'll see what happens on this trip down. Aubry for 3, good. So you go from possibly a 9-point deficit to a 14. That's what happens when you fail to score and give up a 3 on the other end. Manhattan has led the entire game. They jumped out to a 17-3 lead, and it's been even since. Pearson fades away and banks it in. I'm not sure if he intended to bank it, but he did, and it worked. 47-35. Foul by Conable down the lane, and that is number 4 on Jason. And Carson Odell will go in for him. No shooting foul, so free throws. Not this trip. Aubry has a shot blocked by 2 different people, and Faith comes out of there with it. Sidlinger and Boyer looks like they both got a piece of that one. Gergen lofts it for Sidlinger. Knocked out of bounds. They're double teaming him down low. Harmison, their tallest starter. He stands at 6'4". I think I said 6'3" earlier. And also helping out down there is Isaiah Collier, who is 6'3". There's Pearson. He can't hit. White, the pass ahead to Aubrey, who lays it in. The lead back to 14. Pearson chases that pass down from Gergen. Faith gets in their offense against this tenacious and sometimes double teaming man-to-man. Sidlinger fades away for a three. It's good. Caleb Sidlinger, his second three-pointer of the game. He has 14. Manhattan quickly back the other way. Butler to Harmison, and his shot won't go, but White there for the rebound amongst three black-clad Eagles. Now Harmison lays it in. Nice passing. Good teamwork for Manhattan. And the lead, which was 11, is back to 13. So Sidlinger inside, little finger roll won't go. Foul shot, good, but they are not going to count it. A foul before, according to that referee, that was in the area. So basket doesn't count. The foul, though, is the third on Butler. And Faith gets it in. Carson Odell's pass attempt for Sidlinger is tipped away. Harmison double team. Now Aubrey, now White. White still on the dribble, pulls up for the short jumper. It won't crawl over the rim, but Harmison gets the rebound. Aubrey for three, it's good. And failure to corral rebounds when they had the opportunity by Faith means that it's now a 16-point game. Sidlinger gets it down low, one-on-one with Harmison right now. Somebody will help if he drives. He didn't. 7 to shoot. Gergen has a shot blocked, but it's right to Pearson, who lays it in. Jared with 6. The lead's 14. Butler thinks about a three. Instead of takes a baseline jumper, no good. Ball tipped out. And Boyer gets called for a foul, but someone underneath knocked Odell to the floor. And we'll see who that someone is. Faith will get it back. Christian Brown in, Pearson out. Alex Owens replaces Carson Odell in the Faith lineup. That foul, by the way, on Garrett Harmison is first. And Faith's going to have to come down and help out as they are harassing Gergen, who makes a great move to get open. That gets bumped by Aubrey, but no foul. Not really worthy of a foul. Christian Brown drives and kicks Owens for three. It's short, but follows his own shot and tips it to Christian Brown. And he, I think, tried to throw it to Boyer. I think maybe Christian is trying to say the ball got knocked out of his hands. In any instance, it went awry and out of bounds, and Manhattan has it back, leading by 14. Faith defending Collier inside, and now traveling on Collier. Collier pulls his shirt out in frustration. I'm not sure if they still have that rule where your shirt has to be tucked in. Everybody else has theirs tucked in on both teams, except for Collier. And I know that used to be a rule. It isn't, may not be anymore. Gergen all the way down the lane. Fade away, no good. He falls to the floor, and a foul is called on Harmison, and he can't believe it. Two fouls in fairly short succession for Garrett Harmison. That's his only two of the game. Gergen is shooting 2. Jace with 11 in the first half, hasn't scored here in the second, and that's still true as he misses the first of 2 free throws. Second one good by Jace. He has a mark by his name in the second half. 12 total, 13-point lead. They move it quickly around this Faith zone. Wide open is White for three, and it's good. Good ball movement. And then someone who can finish on the end of that in the person of Jordan White. The lead is 16. Sidlinger calling for a screen. Gets one from Brown, shoots a three, misses everything, but Boyer collects it, and then a foul call on Aubrey. Aubrey bumped into Boyer, kind of pushing him out of bounds. That's the second foul on Nate Aubrey. So the first two subs who normally come in are in for Manhattan. That's Ferdinand Handy as well as Tamont Lindsay. Or no, excuse me, this time it's Isaac Higgins. Three on the way and good by Gergen. Jace, his second three of the game, one in each half, and the lead's 13. Faith definitely hanging in there. Alex Owens steals that one away. Gets it to Gergen, and Jace will bring it down. And now they've decided to put Sidlinger way outside instead of playing him inside. He gets a pick from Christian Brown, kicks to Gergen. Another three, that one looks off. It is. I was right behind him on that one. You could tell it was wide right. Back the other way comes Manhattan. There's Butler in the corner for three. No good. He's not quite as hot as he was in the first half. Boyer surrounded and finally has the ball stolen, and White lays it in. A lot of reaching, grabbing, and slapping. Apparently nobody ever made much body contact because they never called a foul. Now they're working Sidlinger outside to get a screen as they were really double teaming him inside. Sidlinger has his shot blocked. Ball taken down by Manhattan, but an errant pass, and now another one as Gergen tries to get it to Christian Brown. So Faith missing on some opportunities to score. They could have cut in this lead a little more. And of course Manhattan's still shooting well on the other end. They were about 60% at halftime. We'll check. They're down to 55, so not shooting quite as well this half. Handy, White wide open, decides to take it. And I was going to say short, and it was, but it bounced on the front of the rim and bounced in. So now the lead is up to 18. That's about as big as it's been. Maybe it was 20 at some point in the first half. I don't remember. Don't have the running score in front of me. Sidlinger is back inside. His fadeaway will not go. White with the rebound. Pass ahead to Lindsay. Wraparound pass to Aubrey. And to Handy. And they had the ball down low. Didn't score. White will shoot from three, and it's good again. Jordan White is the man of the three this half. He has 3 threes in the half. Butler had 4 in the first half. Sidlinger works his way in, decides not to shoot. And a 5 count, I believe. Closely guarded. They changed the rule a few years ago that you can't get a closely guarded call as long as you are dribbling. But when you pick up your dribble, you can, and that's what happened there. So a 21-point lead and the ball for Manhattan. And this is looking more like the game on Thursday. Foul out front on the drive before the shot. And that was Higgins who was driving. And it was Odell who was fouling. First foul on Carson. Just 2 this half so far on Faith. We've played 8.5 minutes, sorry. It's 11:30 to go. And it comes to Lindsay. And now White. White drives, spins, shoots, misses, rebound, tipped around. Odell comes out of there with it. Good strong rebound for Carson. They do not leave you alone after you get the rebound. And Faith, if they could get a long pass off, there were two guys down into the basket, but they were being harassed so severely they couldn't see, just trying to survive and keep the ball from being stolen. Owens, the stop-and-go drive, gives to Pearson. He drives, shoots, and misses, but he'll be shooting 2 free throws after the foul that I believe will go on Jordan White. It is on Jordan, his second. And Jared Pearson, 74% free throw shooter, hits the first. Pearson 2 for 2 from the line, makes it a 19-point game. Still possible to come back, less likely than when you trail by 13 and a half than when you trail by 19 halfway through the second half. Butler drives and kicks. Now there's the shot on the way by Handy, and it's good. Ferdinand had 2 threes in the first half. That's his first tally of any kind here in half number 2, but it makes it a 22-point game. Gergen gets a high screen from Pearson, doesn't use it. Odell in the corner does not shoot the 3. Instead, nice pass inside to Boyer, who lays it in. Good cut by Noah. Nice job of spotting him by Carson Odell. And Handy drives to the basket and lays it in. Ferdinand Handy, great asset coming off the bench. He has 15. Gergen fouled by Taymon Lindsay. 16 fouls on Manhattan, so no free throws yet. Faith with the ball under their own basket. That's the second foul on Lindsay. In it comes to Owens. Now Gergen for 3 from the corner, and he hits it. Jace Gergen throwing the ball in and then just kind of standing under the basket for a little while, sprinted out past a screen and had an open 3 and took advantage of that situation and hit it. Higgins with the drive and the kick. And there's a shot missing finally by Handy. Carson Odell all the way to the basket and has it knocked out of bounds. Can't really say that was a block shot. It was more of a block pass. Carson went in the air, was under the basket in a position he couldn't really shoot, but he was trying to pass. The ball got tipped away. Gergen again flashes out for a 3, but this time dumps it inside to Pearson. Pearson's fouled by Isaac Higgins, and now it is a 1-on-1 opportunity for Jared Pearson. Front end good. 9 for Jared. Just 2 in the first half. We said he needs to score more than he did on Thursday night, and he's done that. 4 for 4 from the line is Jared Pearson. The lead is 17. It was 22 a bit ago. Faith's cut into it a little bit. 8:53 to go. Higgins thinks about, or Handy, sorry, thinks about a 3. Getting free underneath is Lindsay. He lays it in. So Faith really having a tough time stopping this Manhattan offense and a tough time scoring themselves when that happens. You usually do not win. Gergen to Boyer. Now Owens to Pearson. Looks at back cutters, nothing available. 7 to shoot. Gergen dumps to Pearson for 3, no good, and it hits the basket support. Looks like Faith was in the position to get that rebound. If it would have come down cleanly, it did not. And a 19-point lead and the ball for Manhattan. And Carson Odell goes to the floor into the basket, and he's in some pain. He got knocked down by Butler on that drive, and I don't know if he twisted an ankle or a knee. Looks like maybe an ankle. And he is trying to hobble off on his own, and will. Timeout called. And Carson, I think, might have been part of the reason that he fell. There definitely was some contact, but he turned that ankle, so he'll take a break, and we will as well. 7:59 to go, a 72-53 Manhattan lead. Jason Conable is then sitting a while with 4 fouls. He checks in at the timeout. He's in there along with Gergen, Pearson, Boyer, and Alex Owens. Jace dribbling and looking for the first pass in the offense. It comes to Conable, now to Boyer. Noah turns, drops it, picks it up, gives to Conable, and it's knocked out of bounds by Collier. Faith will keep it. Collier was pointing the other direction. The referee did not agree, and so Faith still has it. Gergen looking, gets it into Boyer. Noah drops it inside of Pearson. Great cut to the basket by Jared, and he lays it in. 10 this half for Pearson, 12 total in the game. Handy, and he's called for travel. Tried to pivot his way into the lane. He pivoted with both feet. That, in case you're wondering, is against the rules. Gergen works his way down against Nate Aubrey and gets Faith into their half-court offense. Conable to Owens. Almost gets it stolen and then does. And a pass intercepted, kind of a risky pass by Collier. Tried to get a little too fancy. Gergen down the lane is fouled. Faith stole that pass. I'm not sure what Collier was thinking. He just kind of did a no-look hook pass over his head in the general direction of the other end, and Faith easily picked it off. And Gergen at the line for 2, hits the first. That foul, by the way, was on Garrett Harmison, his 3rd. Gergen 2 of 2 from the line that trip. Jesus 5 of 6 from the line tonight. White with the ball for Manhattan, a 15-point lead. White still driving. Kicks to Aubrey for 3, no good. Rebound, though, by Butler of Manhattan. So Faith Faith giving up a lot of second chances inside Aubrey. Boyer gets a piece of it and then comes down with it. Nice job defensively by Noah Boyer. Gergen, and he's fouled. No, he's called for the offensive foul. Aubrey goes to the floor. He wasn't set completely, but he did have good position, and they call that offensive foul on Jace Gergen. That's his first foul of the game. So here comes White, still a 15-point game, 6:07 to go. Harmison gets it down low and lays it in. 4 in each half for Garrett Harmison. The lead is 17. Connell to Pearson, 17-foot jumper, and he banks it in. They still count. If I were a basketball commissioner for the day, when you don't call the bank, I'd probably only count it as one, but that isn't the rule. White banks it in down the lane, probably meant to. He gets fouled as well, and will go to the line to shoot one. That foul was on Jared Pearson, his third. Well, Jordan White having a good second half. He had only 4 in the first half. 14 to go along with that here in the second half. The lead is up to 18. So now you get to the point where you say, if you're me, well, I just hope they don't lose as badly as they did last night. That was 26. Conable dumps it to Pearson, who lays it in. 16-point deficit. Collier has his pass tipped away, but it comes right to him. And Butler launches a 3 and hits it. His first points after having those 4 3-pointers in the first half. All of his points have come beyond the arc. Probably not your classic great form jumper, and by that I mean the spin on the ball. Faith comes up with a loose ball down low and then throws it away. The spin on the ball is kind of sideways, which usually means that your shooting form isn't perfect. Jordan White scores on a driving layup there. But nevertheless, Jeff Butler can shoot. Gergen to Pearson, little looping runner in the lane, won't go, and here's White and now Collier. Butler cut off on the baseline. 4 minutes exactly to play, a 21-point lead. Collier's pass slapped away into the hands of Gergen. Pearson has it knocked away as he heads for the basket. Here comes Aubrey, now White. There's Butler. This time no good. Rebound, Conable. I'm not mean to be critical. I'm just kind of saying a basketball fact. When your form's not quite right, you're sometimes a little inconsistent. A lot of repetition can make you a good shooter anyway, even if your form isn't perfect. And Jeff Butler has a lot of points from beyond the arc today. Brendan Pearson into the Faith lineup. Sidlinger in there as well. That foul, by the way, on Harmison, his 4th. Pearson, a 1-on-1, hits the front end. Missing the backside of the 1-on-1. White drives and banks it in. Jordan White just really dominating the second half. 18 points in the second half for Jordan White. And it goes to Sidlinger. Works his way in and scores over number 14, Luke Weimer, who has checked in. Sidlinger has 16, which is right at his average, 15-9. Now Weimer, who hasn't played much, I don't think he played at all on Thursday night, could be wrong, but he's in for the first time tonight, but he gets a basket inside. Pearson to Pearson, that's Brendan to his cousin Jared. Brendan gets it back under the basket, fades away, and travels. Missed the shot, but traveled before, didn't matter. Christian Brown in. Josh Forgy also makes an appearance in the Faith lineup for the first time today. And if I'm going to get my wish of not getting beat quite as badly, it's a 22-point deficit now. It was 92-66 on Thursday night. Looks like the score could end up being pretty similar. Manhattan with some subs in there. And it looks like the call was that number 10, Jaston Davis, was standing on the sideline when he got that pass. So Caden Hurla is in there. The aforementioned Davis, also in there, number 4, Desmond Lindsay. Inside it goes to Christian Brown, and a foul is called on number 11. That's Ian Uphoff. So 4 subs in there near, I would guess, the bottom of the bench as I look over at the socially distanced bench for Manhattan. I see that looks like everybody that's sitting over there has been playing. Christian Brown misses the first of 2. And hits the second. Christian hasn't been at the free throw line a lot this year, but he was 0 of 6 before that trip. Now he's 1 of 7. Three-pointer from the corner by Ian Uphoff. So it's 89-65, and it's unlikely, but we could have the same score as Thursday, 92-66. Not if this goes in, and it does for Brendan Pearson. So the crowd gets to let out a thundering cheer for Brendan Pearson, who doesn't get to play much. Driving layup is good by Caden Hurla. So 91-68, can't have the same score. Still could be the same deficit. Christian Brown inside and can't get it to roll in, tipped around. Manhattan comes down with it, 1:14 to play. And Uphoff gives it up for Desmond Lindsay. Inside, shoots and misses. Rebound, Josh Forgy to Carson Odell. And now Sidlinger thinks about a 3, instead gives it to Pearson, Brendan that is. Odell turns down a 3. Sidlinger inside, scores, and he's fouled. Sidlinger, 18 points on the night, can make it 19 here after that foul on Luke Weimer. In and out by Sidlinger. Ball chased down and flipped back into Sidlinger, but the chaser had his foot on the line. And in it comes very quickly to Christian Brown before the defense is even set, and he lays it in. Heads up there by Sidlinger. Just as soon as the referee handed the ball, he threw it in. Now Odell with the steal. The driving layup, no good. Forgy follows it, is fouled, and he'll have 2 free throws. So Carson, okay. In case you're wondering, out in Ohio, Mom and Dad, as he limped off earlier, good enough to step in front of that pass and drive down for the layup. Didn't get it to go, but Forgy has a chance for a couple free throws. First one good by Josh Forgy, and again, big cheer from the crowd. They love seeing the guys who don't get to play so much scoring. Second one rolls in for Forgy. So 91-74, 17-point deficit. So it is going to be improvement as far as how much you lost by, but those are what you call moral victories. You want to have real ones. And there's a 2-second differential between shot and game clock, so I'm assuming Manhattan will just let the shot clock expire and give the ball back to Faith with a couple seconds left. We'll see whether they take a shot right at the very end. Looks like maybe they will. Nope. Lindsay faking them out, and the bench was saying, no, 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 no. Don't do that. Considered bad sportsmanship to do that. Faith won't try to shoot either. And our final score, 91-74. 13-point deficit at halftime, ends up being a 17-point deficit at the end of the game. So here's how the scoring went before we leave you today after this long weekend of basketball. Faith led in scoring by Jace Gergen tonight, he had 20. He's averaging 17.6. Sidlinger with 18. He's averaging 15.9. Jared Pearson, a great second half, ended up with 17. So those three guys with about 55 of the total for Faith. Other than that, Christian Brown with 5, Noah Boyer with 4, 3 apiece for Brendan Pearson and Alex Owens. Both of those guys getting all of their points with 1 3-point basket. Conable, who had a lot of foul trouble tonight, with 2 points, and Josh Forgy with those 2 free throws at the end. For Manhattan Christian, Jordan White with a great second half had 22. Aubrey with a great first half had 17. 15 for, I'm getting Aubrey and Butler mixed up. It was Butler with the great first half. He had 15, as did Ferdinand Handy. 8 for Garrett Harmison, 7 for Taymont Lindsay, 3 for Ian Uphoff, Caden Hurla and Luke Weimer with 2, and the total for Manhattan was 91. 91-74, our final. Faith ended up shooting about 45% from the floor, 7 of 19 from beyond the arc. They warmed up from three-point land in the second half. 14 three-point baskets by Manhattan, shot almost 50%. Faith 15 of 20 from the line. They shot well from there. Turnovers 19 apiece. So it really was a matter of shooting percentage and shooting the three-point ball that added up to a 17-point victory for Manhattan tonight. Well, that will do it for us this coming week. There are more games on the slate, and that starts with a home game with Calvary on Monday night, and that is women only. And then Association Free Lutheran game on Friday night is at home. In between that, a trip to Kansas Christian on Tuesday for both men and women. But the next home game for both of them is Friday. This week is the high school tournament. There'll be tons of kids on campus, some of whom Faith will try to be recruiting. They always like to have a game on that Friday of the tournament, and that will be happening this coming Friday against Free Lutheran. 6 and 8 o'clock for those, 5:30 for the women's game on Monday. Until then, Kurt Fincham saying good night from Ankeny, Iowa.